Stitch yourself into my favorite shirt. I told myself it's just a state, but every thread is tied to your name. You took the drug, but you left the keys to every door you have locked in me. You said you call when the roads ran dry, but now you're stuck chasing the miles of goodbye. It's not the weight of what we did or didn't take. It's all the words we bent until they finally broke away. We packed it up, but we couldn't drive the pain. Now it's all the miles we're missing and the things we didn't say. You left the matches, but never let them burn. Were there smoke? I guess I'll never learn. We traded truth for a safer life, and now we're just the echoes that we can't untie. It's not the weight of what we did or didn't take. It's all the words we bent until they finally broke away. We packed it up, but we couldn't drive the pain. Now it's all the miles we're missing and the things we didn't say. Now it's all the miles we're missing and the things we didn't say.
It's bright, the dreams are on side. When the stars are lit, they try to catch your eye. Is it destiny or just beginner's luck that I found you? Now the moonlight dances gently over you. I have never found the peace inside my mind. I got nothing here that keeps me in line. In a messed up world, it's hard to see the good in everyone. In a broken conversation, silence won. It's too late now, I got to be on my way for sure. Lesson learned, you make it hard to walk out of the door. Note to self, you don't need to be anywhere but here. And I finally some peace in me. I gotta let you go for now. Isn't it true? The truth will finally come out. When you feel empty and afraid, I am on my way. It's too late now, I got to be on my way for sure. Lesson learned, you make it hard to walk out slipping through my fingers. Can't recall all the days as the ocean falls and rises. So does life have to change? Don't buy plastic flowers when I die. Go somewhere, spend it well, live your life. And if you mourn me, don't mourn for too damn long. Don't buy plastic flowers when I'm gone. All the world, she's getting older, and she can't recall her age. As the flowers die in winter, I guess she has to spend that way. Don't buy plastic flowers when I die. Go somewhere, spend it well, and live your life. And if you mourn me, don't mourn for too damn long. Don't buy plastic flowers when I'm gone. When I meet you by the graveside, I hope you brought the kind. Don't buy plastic flowers when I die. Go somewhere, spend it well, and live your life. And if you mourn me, don't mourn for too damn long. Don't buy plastic flowers when I'm gone. Don't buy plastic flowers when I'm gone.
Beyond the cliffs, there's a breaker's wall. I've never gone that far, rolling in the dark. Climbing the basin, there were bands of buffaloes. In a murmuration, I fell into the fold. Another rugged mile upon to more. In conversation with an unseen force. Another rugged mile upon into the north. I will be different than I was before. Slept in the shadows.